One of the most incredible things about being a parent is watching your children grow, learn, and discover the world, but also learning the lessons that they inadvertently teach us as parents along the way. Our youngest is almost 2 years old, and we have been blessed with the most determined and strong willed little girl who gets so upset when things don't work the way she expects them to, or when things don't quite go according to the way that she has planned. One particular afternoon, I watched her as she played with her shape sorter, and I watched as she tried her very best to fit her triangle into the space for the square. I watched as she pushed and shoved and twisted and turned. Her frustration was mounting until she threw the toy to the ground and proceeded to throw herself backwards and cry. While reflecting on this some time later, I couldn't help but think, I've seen this before. And not just in the other children as they were growing up, but also in our meetings, in our projects, and in our approach to resident engagement. When it comes to housing and building safety, there is often a temptation to adopt a one-size-fits-all approach to engaging with our residents. We will create a single engagement plan in our offices all by ourselves. We will then create a bunch of templates, wonderfully written letters and questionnaires and surveys, and then attempt to roll them out across every building, every community, and every context. The problem with that, though, is that residents are not identical shapes. Each building that we are responsible for has its own culture, its own history, its own lived reality. The way that we engage residents successfully on one estate may not work at all on another. Yet, for some reason, we tend to want to force everyone to fit the same model, and then wonder why our engagement often feels sparse and our feedback can feel flat. What I've learned is that true safety and meaningful engagement can only come about when we pause long enough to truly understand the shape of our residents. When we ask different questions, when we listen differently, when we actually meet people where they are at and be willing to adapt. Now, I am by no means suggesting that we abandon structure. Rather, my suggestion is that we shape our structure around the people that we serve. When our engagement strategies begin to fit the lives of residents, something shifts. They stop feeling managed. People stop feeling that building safety is something that's being done to them, and they start to feel heard. I guided our toddler's hand and helped her find the correct space for the triangle. She pushed it through and she was so happy. She shouted, "I did it!" as though she had just solved the most difficult problem in the entire world. And maybe that's what we need more of. More listening, less forcing, more understanding. Because people simply aren't problems to be solved. Rather, they are the key to getting it right.